This is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. I am him, JIG. Subscribe, rate, or review, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Check us out. And don't forget about the Instagram at That Guy Jig. We're also on the YouTube at JigsawJimmy17. Week 6. It's week 6 of fantasy football. I feel like just yesterday, we were talking about the draft. I feel like just yesterday, Christian McCaffrey just told us that he wasn't playing week 1. But here we are, folks. Week 6. What I'm telling you is time waits for no man or woman. It keeps on going. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. And we will turn with it. And we will turn to week 6. There's some good matchups. There's some bad matchups. And we're going to get to all that. But first, did you survive Kirk Cousins? Did you survive Kirk Cousins going nuclear? Did you? And also, shout out to the NFL. You know, we always talk shit to the NFL because of the terrible games they give us on Thursday Night Football. But these last two, tonight including, and then the Falcons and Buccaneers, we've had some good games. Shout out to the NFL. They're getting better, and that's okay. The Vikings did some good things. The Bears, DJ Moore, did you play DJ Moore? See, because I hope my listeners, my beautiful listeners, I hope you guys aren't out there panicking to the point where we're benching players that we drafted in high priority. I'll say that again for you. I hope we are not in the panic situation where we are benching players that we drafted in high priority, because we are not there yet, folks. And honestly, we will never be there. We will never get to that point because it should never get to that point. The only reason you don't start your high prioritized draftees is if they are hurt. In this new age of NFL where there is no preseason anymore, the preseason is technically the beginning of the regular season, which is probably why they are going to add a couple more games and take away the preseason. They're going to get the max of their product. But the NFL over the last few years, the preseason means nothing because no one ever plays. They play a few snaps, and then they move on. They play a few snaps, and then they move on. Which leads into sloppy week 1, week 2 play. And when me and you are looking at each other, like, what the hell are we watching? Matter of fact, I think I can still run one more post route. Let me go pad up. Let me go put some pad on, because if this is what they're doing, I can do that. That's how bad the play is sometimes week 1 through 3. And it's because these fuckers aren't even playing during the preseason. They are literally big chilling, getting their bodies right, in air quotations. And then they come out week 1 and week 2 with soft tissue injuries. It's great. But we as the fantasy football manager, we have to prepare for these things. This is my whole point. You know what you're getting into, so you must prepare accordingly. So with all that being in mind, there's no reason to panic. There's no reason not to start Tyreek Hill. We will start Tyreek Hill to the day that we die, because we believe wholeheartedly that there is a quarterback in the NFL that can throw him the ball. There's a quarterback out there that the Dolphins will find that can find a way to get the fastest football player on the field the ball. And that's all we can do is hope and pray and believe. We believe that DJ Moore was going to have that breakthrough game. We knew it was coming. It's only a matter of time. They just had that meeting with the offensive coordinator. We want to be more aggressive. We came in there hand in hand, brother and brother. And here we are. So you have to have that belief. And one player I think we should have belief in is Romeo Doubs. If Romeo Doubs is starting and not in any more disciplinary actions are going to take against him, we play Romeo Doubs in a flex situation where we are missing a starter for bye week. Because Romeo Doubs is Jordan Love's favorite red zone target. And in fantasy football especially, people who get in the paint, they are worth a lot of money. They are worth it. And you need guys to get in the paint, especially when you're trying to supplement for bye weeks. Bye weeks and injuries, the one thing that actually, and this is all my opinion, 4-time champion. But I believe that this is what makes a good waiver supplement player, is getting in the paint. If you can find players that not only are going to get stats, like stats are cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, stats are great. If you're going to fill up the stats for me, that's great. But fantasy football, we need paint. We need paint chips. You know what I mean? We need you in the paint. That's 6 points automatically, plus the catch, plus the 10 yards or whatever it is. I need those 6 points, though. Because those 6 points in a 14-man league are huge. I mean, they're huge. But moving on. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because week 6 has already started with drama. Robert Saleh has got fired. I don't know if I agree with this real quick. This real fast. Robert Saleh, to me, getting fired is kind of bullshit. Because you bring in Nathaniel Hackett, who is already, he's questionable. Any coach that truly needs the best of the best to be successful, are you a good coach? Or are you just a good, game planner? You know what I mean? You're good when you have all the pieces in front of you, but when you don't, the Denver Broncos, that's what it looks like. So, let's start there. That's your offensive coordinator. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt last year. They suck. Zach Wilson was a terrible draft pick. The offensive line never really got together. The defense, which is that's what he was an expert in. The defense was always solid and was always a top 15 defense in the NFL. So, my whole point is, you bring in Aaron Rodgers, and then all of a sudden, he's supposed to be doing this, X, Y, Z. They don't have the facilities to do X, Y, Z. I'm just trying to figure out why fire him during the season. If you're going to fire him, cool, but let the man finish the season. Because if the Jets turn this season around, are you going to make the interim head coach the head coach forever? That's my point. It's what the fuck are we doing? We're going to fire a guy 5 games in when really, if you think about it, this is his first year with a healthy roster, and they're still not that healthy offensively, I must add. But this is the closest that you're going to get to healthy in the NFL. And the guy finally gets his opportunity. You fire him 5 games in. They're 2-3, 1 game away from being 500. They're in a division that's actually winnable. You know, the AFC East is not an unwinnable division. So you fire Robert Saleh, you bring in the defensive coordinator who's going to be the interim. So my point being, if this guy leads this team and they go on a miraculous one and win, and let's say they go to the playoffs, are you making this guy the new head coach? Or are you still going to bring somebody in from the outside? My point being, there's no point of firing Robert Saleh during the fucking season. I think that's very unprofessional. I think the man deserved to finish the season. The man deserved to show what he could do. Now we'll never know. Robert Saleh is a Class A citizen, so of course he handled it with respect and dignity. So we didn't get any drama from it. But, it's a situation that rubs me wrong. It just rubs me wrong a little bit, Like a dry hand job. What the fuck is this? How old are we? Put a little spit on that. Anyways, Thursday Night Football, we got the 49ers and the Seahawks. 49ers and the Seahawks. This is traditionally a solid game. Usually, you can expect some points. Expect the Seahawks to try to bounce back. They had a terrible game last week. They should be able to bounce back against this 49ers defense. I think Metcalf, I think Lockett, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba have good games, but I think Kenneth Walker is the key piece to this whole puzzle. The coach said Kenneth Walker needs more touches. I expect Kenneth Walker to get more touches. So if you have Kenneth Walker in your fantasy football leagues, we are feeling kind of pretty good because he's going to get his opportunities. They're definitely a better team when Kenneth Walker touches the ball. They know that. They understand that, and that's always good. The 49ers look for Brock Purdy to bounce back. This has the recipe for a good game for us. This has the recipe of a 24-25, 24-27, I'm sorry, 20-ish, the mid-20-ish games because of what teams are coming off of. Both of these teams are coming off of lackluster performances. Both of these teams are coming off losses that they shouldn't have lost to. So this is about redemption. Unfortunately for the Seahawks, they got Fred Warner and the boys on the other side, but that's nothing to worry about. You are a professional athlete. You've been here before. So for this game, I like everyone. I like everyone from Fantasy Football Outlook and for Betting Outlook. I like the 49ers money line, but I say that with caution because when I say that, I remember this game is in Seattle. I remember what I just said about these guys coming back. So today, I will take the Seahawks plus 3.5 in this game. I don't like the overs because the overs are at 50 points. I think that's a lot for a Thursday night football game. I could be wrong. I understand that. I understand that I did just say that the game is going to be in the mid-20s. But as far as gambling and putting my money on that, I don't know about that. But for fantasy football, I do feel like it's going to be a great game for fantasy football. Fantasy football and gambling are two different things. They can be cross-referenced, but they are not to be mixed. So overall in this game, I like the Seahawks covering the spread. I like Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown. I like Brandon Ayuk getting in the paint. George Kittle should have a solid game as well. Let's get to Sunday fun day. Early morning, we get to wake up to fucking eggs and kegs and football in London. Jaguars and the Bears play. I look for DJ Moore to continue his hot streak. I look for DeAndre Swift to keep it going. I look for the Chicago Bears to keep it going. And I'm going to tell you something. Keenan Allen's getting in the paint. He's due. He's due for a paint job. Ice cream. The Jaguars should be all right, but they are going against a very talented defense, a very stout defense. I don't know how stout they're going to be over there in London. Sometimes when you travel across the pond, shit changes. But I still look for, Trevor Lawrence and those fools to get their footing and to get back right. Like I said earlier in the show, guys, we don't have preseason anymore. The regular season is part preseason, so a lot of these teams suck for a reason. Cardinals and Packers. I like the Packers in this game, though the Cardinals did just get an upset. I just don't think they're going to go to Lambeau and do it. Lambeau's a different beast and a different animal. I think Jordan Love's going to go out there and ball. Like I said earlier, Romeo Dubes. Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer Smith. His name is my name too. Tulsa, Oklahoma, stand up. I like that guy. I like the cut of his jib. James Conner, I think, might have a tough day in the office. If Jair Alexander does not play, look for Marvin Harrison Jr. to go bonkers. I'm talking go strictly bonkers. He's up there in Big Ten territory, and you know what he used to do to them Big Ten cats. So look out for him, especially if Jair doesn't play. Trey McBride, the normal suspects. Overall, I like Green Bay in the game, but I do think this is a very valuable fantasy football game. Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson for deeper leagues. Romeo Dubes, Wicks. Kraft is looking like he could be tight end one. I played against him last week, and he shitted on me. It did not feel good. It did not smell good either. Colts and Titans, this is a shit bowl, but this one has a little bit of talent. Jonathan Taylor's probably not going to play. If he doesn't practice on Thursday or Friday, folks, he's probably not going to play on Sunday. That's just a little tip from the jig, all right? If he doesn't practice on Thursday or Friday, he's probably not going to play on Sunday. Looks like Anthony Richardson's going to be out. Michael Pittman Jr. is out. We do know that for sure. So enter Adontis Mitchell and enter Josh Downs. Josh Downs already showed you last week that he has a repertoire with Joe Flacco or whoever. Josh Downs is a good slot receiver. A good guy you can depend on. Mo Alley Cox, another tight end. DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley. We know he gambles, so let's put Calvin Ridley down for any time touchdown on Sunday. Calvin Ridley gambles, so we know he's going to get on the paint on Sunday. Trust me on this one. Calvin Ridley in the paint. I also do like the Titans covering the 2.5 at home. I think they get right. Tony Pollard and those guys should have a pretty good day at the office because the Colts' run defense, for all the good linebackers they have, the run defense is pretty dog shit. It's pretty average. Man. So we got Texans at the Patriots. This is one of those games, if you got Texans players, you want them to do their damage early. You want them to get this game out of reach. Play the Texans defense. We got a rookie quarterback coming in. So it's time to eat his fucking lunch. You know what I mean? It's time to make his life a living hell at the office. It's already bad enough the Patriots do not have that many offensive weapons. See, this is why I personally am not a fan of starting rookie quarterbacks. There's no point in starting a rookie quarterback if he does not have weapons. If you're going to just throw him out there to the wolves just to see what he has, just for fan appreciation, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. When there's proven proof in the pudding that sitting quarterbacks and building teams around the quarterbacks of the future is working. But these guys are going to push this guy, Drake May, into the fire against the Texans with not that many weapons. Now, Ramondre Stevenson did have a bounce-back game, but if I'm the Houston Texans, just like everybody else, I'm going to take away Ramondre Stevenson. That's my goal. Ramondre Stevenson does not beat me. And honestly, I can see that happening. Look at the Texans to rout the Patriots. Get it done early. Stephon Diggs in the paint. I like him even though he's going against that Gonzalez cat. Solid corner, but I do like Stephon Diggs. Bucks and Saints. Division game. Michael Evans always goes crazy against the Saints. We like him. Chris Godwin in the slot. I'll keep saying that till I'm blue in the face. And also the running back room over there looks to be pretty much 50-50 split. I don't know if Bucky Irvin gets as many goal line carries this week. Last week he did not get in the paint when he was supposed to. So look for Rashard White to get a couple more goal line carries for the Saints. New quarterback. Spencer Rattler's in the game. Hopefully that means more targets for Chris Olave. It seems like him and Derek Carr did not like each other. I think it was that matching eyeliner. They both look like they wear it. So when it comes down to the Saints, Raheed Shaheed, that guy is a deep threat. Big boomer bust guy Raheed Shaheed is. And he just got behind the defense last week. Play him with caution. Usually NFL teams don't let teams beat them twice. Though it's not the same team, but you get what I'm saying. Unless you're that guy, it's hard to get vertical twice. Browns and Eagles. This has the making of a good game. If Deshaun Watson can be half of the man he is. I don't think he plays the whole game. I think if he sucks the first half, you'll see Jameis Winston. I think the Browns are almost done. I think with public pressure and with all these lawsuits that are coming up with Deshaun Watson, I think it might be time to move on. I don't know if Deshaun Watson's happy. I don't know if bringing in another receiver will help. I think this is a bad situation for both clubs. And I think, it's about time to separate. Let it burn. Ain't that what Ursher said? Let it burn. Game of the week. Oh, yeah, sorry. And for the Eagles, you get A.J. Brown back and hopefully Devonta Smith. Saquon Barkley's going to do his thing. He's having an MVP-type season. Jalen Hurts, bye week. Everybody should be well-rested for the Eagles. I like the Eagles to cover the... Well, 9.5 is crazy. But Deshaun Watson's that bad. You see what I'm saying? A 10-point spread with a great defense like the Browns is crazy. But Deshaun Watson is literally that bad. He's just that bad. But you know what? I'm that stupid. Give me the Browns 10 points. I'll take 2 possessions. Fuck it. Commanders and Ravens, game of the week. We got the old and the new. And it's crazy because Lamar's not even old. But you got the guy who's been doing it, the MVP, man, versus the rookie of the year probably. This is going to be a great game. Both of these pass defenses suck. So we like all the receivers. We like the tight ends. We like the running backs to finish off drives. This game's over-under is at 52 points. I think it's going to get there. I think it will definitely get there with how bad each passing defense is. These defenses are bad against the pass. If you don't believe me, just go look it up, dude. They're bad. Now we're in the afternoon games. Last chance you for fantasy football. We got the Chargers and the Broncos. This is a dog shit game. This is a kicker's game. The defenses should be good. If you need a defense to get in for the week, neither one of these defenses should give up too many points because neither one of these offenses should go score too many points. So these are 2 defenses you can get down with. These are 2 running back squads you can get down with. They both have 1 receiver each. This is a dog shit kicker game. Steelers and Raiders, dog shit kicker game. Same thing. They each got a receiver. They each got a running back. They each got a quarterback, and their defenses shouldn't give up too many points because neither of the offenses should score any points. So this is a kicker's game. Get the kickers, get the defenses. Lions and Cowboys. This game should be a little high scoring. This is my second game of the week. I like the Cowboys at home. I also like the Cowboys to go crazy against the Detroit Lions defense. I know the Lions defense is solid. I do understand this. I do understand the Lions have murder on their mind. I get it. I like Campbell as well. But also, I understand that Dallas's offense looks really fast right now. Like, really fast. So this is going to be a high-scoring game. Make sure that you get everybody. As Wallow once said, or supposedly, get everything. You want Jamison Williams, you want St. Brown, you want Sam Laporta, Montgomery, and you want Jahmyr Gibbs. You want them all. And look for Zeke Elliott to make an appearance in this game. Falcons and Panthers, a division game. Look for the Falcons to continue to get right. The Panthers' defense is dog shit. It's been dog shit. It's going to stay dog shit. Now, the Falcons' rush defense is bad, so Chuba Hubbard could get in the paint. But remember, he scored 3 straight games, so it's time for him to bust. Mathematically, it is time for him not to get in the paint. That's just how this shit works, folks. I'm trying to get you the most. So watch out for that. I like the Panthers receivers just because of the fact of the Panthers should be down in this game. I don't like the Panthers receivers if the game is even, because then you can run the ball, control, and the Falcons do have a good secondary. But I do like the Panthers receivers for the fact of they should be down. It should be more of a throw script. Bengals and Giants, the Bengals have to get right. If they lose to the Giants, Zach Taylor will be fired. Listen to me and hear me now. If the Bengals lose on Sunday, Zach Taylor will be fired by Monday. He will be looking for a job as a coordinator on Monday. That's how bad this will be. I expect the Bengals to get right, and this is a jig sneak pick of the week. Pick up the Bengals defense versus the Giants. Pick up the Bengals defense versus the Giants, especially if Devin Singletary is out. If Malik Neighbors is there, you still pick him up because the pass game is headed by Daniel Jones, and I will bet against that every single time if you let me. So 100% pick them up. Jets and Bills, Monday Night Football. The Jets are going to beat the living dog shit out the Bills. The Jets are just a terrible organization right now. You just fired your head coach, and you replaced him with poverty. So, whatever. Good luck to you. And good luck. Hey, hit that subscribe button, please. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's get this friendship going because it doesn't sink. I'm trying to get to the money. The picks are going up today. The picks are going up today for the NFL and college football. Please forgive us because all we do is win. And we want you to win. So that's why I'm pushing you to subscribe, rate, and review. And this is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. I am him, JIG. Subscribe, rate, and review. Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast, check us out. And tell a friend to tell a friend. And we can all be friends. Like I said, the pics are going up on the Instagram at That Guy Jig. Thursday Night Football. Great week of college football. I got that podcast going to drop here soon. Peace.